Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And today we are going to take a look at Albus, but not in a gameplay setting. That is going to be the video I record exactly after, or immediately after this one. But this video is more about going over the quality of life updates that came along with the Albus, as far as, you know, leveling her up, getting her skills, getting the serpentine ores to awaken her gear, and also, you know, the super awakening of the gear as well, because that is a thing now. Super awakening came, you know, you can get 2 items of the same unit, or the 2 copies of the same item. Wow, that was hard. To, you know, awaken it up, get her stats, and get extra points. But she actually brought a lot of different things into the game, as far as quality of life, and making it easier to grind, easier to, you know, get her to level 100, get her to max skills. So today's video, we're just going to take a look at all of that and what it brings for the future as well, because if this unit does it, then the next free-to-play unit's going to do it, and the one after that, and the one after that, and who knows, they could bring even more quality of life updates. But without further ado, let's take a look at what Albus has done for the game so far. Okay, so one thing to keep in mind about this new free-to-play Albus is that, one, you can buy 2 sets of gear for her, and that is because in the milestone rewards for the current meta event, at very, very high limit, it's like 150 or something, and then 200 something. Yeah, 154, you get a flame that is only applicable to her gear, and then all the way up here at 200 something and change, 201, you get the second flame, and this will allow you to super awaken both her jacket and her weapon, which is the first unit, the first free-to-play unit to do so, because obviously super awakening is the current new thing. But this will make her gear even more powerful than the old free-to-play units. So I haven't awakened, I haven't reforged, but also in the terms of reforging, you no longer are limited to using her actual, like, event ores. You can use anything, which makes this so much better and so much more friendly for people farming out. So I don't mind that they put the awakening flames so high up, because they've made it so much cheaper that I don't need to grind for those ores and only be limited and only be able to awaken and reroll the gear using that. So off screen, I'm going to go ahead and reroll all her gear. But then one more thing you guys have to keep in mind is in the event shop, they have actually added in her skill enhancements, and it's enough to get both her skills up to level 7. So the only thing we're going to need from the Predator battle are the rainbow ones. This is a huge quality of life update, these 2 things for Albus, because it makes grinding so much easier and so less time consuming, and you can use her at, you know, a decent amount of power a lot faster. So, like, I'll buy these ores, but I'm no longer buying them to reroll her gear. I'm buying them just to awaken it, and then I don't need to buy these anymore. So, you know, in 12 hours, I'm gonna buy another, what, 20 or 30 of these, and I'll probably be okay. And then we'll keep parallel processing this, 1, to get the awakening flames, and 2, so I can buy all these stupid enhancement things. That way you're not left waiting until the very last day of the event farming Predator battle and praying that you get a gold drop to awaken her so you can get those last 5 autogram emblems. So this is incredibly huge, and they didn't really talk about it, which is the biggest thing. It's like they didn't make a big deal, they just kind of added it in, and people discovered it on their own. And you know what, I kind of like that. I went over it in the podcast with Gotcha Death, that they added this in, and he didn't even know that these were in here. So this is huge quality of life upgrade for everyone's free-to-play unit grinding. And if you take a look at your missions that, you know, just updated once the Predator battle came out, they are now dropping the rainbow skill enhancements for Albus just from missions. And, you know, you 3, 5, 7, and you get 2 and 2 and 2, but if you keep going, you get 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And it takes 14 to Rainbow to get from level 7 to level 10. And how many do you get? Well, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. You get 14 of these just for playing the Predator battle, which means you no longer have to rely on the RNG of the Predator battle, maybe dropping a rainbow every once in a while, or giving you a whole crap ton of gold ones. The Predator battle doesn't even drop Albus materials anymore. It only drops the circles, which, again, is just another gigantic leap of quality of life stuff. Because, as you can see, Predator skills, it's only dropping golds and rainbows of the circles. There's no longer the Albus materials in here. So they have silently made it even easier for people to level up Albus. Just play the game. It's no longer RNG. I don't have to wait until the very last day of the meta and pray to God that I get like the last few rainbow shards before I have to start dipping into my circles. That doesn't matter anymore. It's so great. It's so nice because I can play these. I can just save these up. I don't have to worry about spending all of them. And so now when I go to my items, I have enhancement skills 75, 207, and 51, and this is just going to go up. I haven't even done my Predator battles today, but I don't have to touch these. I can save these for, you know, the meta units that come out, for Soe, for Benimaru, for Hakuro, for Valentine whenever she drops, or whatever other unit comes out during the Earth meta and the Space meta and everything after that. The next Octagram unit, I can just dump these in after, you know, I use my one rainbow of these and 3 over here, and well, I have 8 of those. Wow, interesting. But these are just very, very big quality of life updates that were not really made apparent, but god damn do I appreciate them. Alright, and to piggyback off of the section previously, now I have farmed up the event. You know, this is a couple days after recording those other parts, but now we have Albus Staff Super Awakened because we were able to farm up the Awakening Flames from the milestone rewards, and I was able to, you know, put those forward, get enough of the ores to awaken the other staff up to 5 stars so I could feed it in. We're still waiting on a few more for her jacket over here. I think, yeah, I'm like kind of far away, yeah. I have enough materials to buy them, but I think I might just wait until Monday when it resets, and I'll just buy the discounted ones. That way I can buy everything else in the shop that I want to buy. It's neither here nor there, whatever. I could do it now if I wanted to. But her actual like code is reforged and it's ready to go. We're just waiting on this one. But her staff, I just awakened, level 1, so we have to reforge it again, but, you know, like I said earlier, I don't have to use those special ores now. I can use these crappy crystals that I have a surplus of and reforge it easily. And if I'm going to make a cut here, we'll take a look at the difference of power between, you know, the Super Awakened 5 free-to-play weapon versus any of the other units. So we'll be right back. Alright, there we go. We have leveled up Albus's staff to Super Awakened 5, fully re-rolled and everything, and we have an attack stat of 484, fully maxed out. Now let's compare that to, you know, the other free-to-play units. So 484 versus, let's see, Ranga, 292. Almost 200 points higher than the other free-to-play unit. And it's the same, 292, 290 over here, because I didn't reforge it all the way? What? Well, that's a mistake. Whoops-a-daisies. Let's see, where else? Who else has one? Alright, Shuna, 292, and then Shion, 292, and then Benimaru is somewhere, there you go, 292. So, the future of free-to-play 6-star units is Super Awakening gear, and you'll have almost 200 points more attack stat than what our old free-to-play units have. Which means that in the event that we get another single target unit like Benimaru, who we already knew did very good damage with this gear, and then if we give him another 200 points in his frickin' sword, things are gonna look real good. But not just the future of new free-to-play units, but depending on how they want to handle the game once the space meta is done. and as if they're going to continue doing one meta a month, or start, you know, like mixing and matching things and putting like earth and fire units together on a banner and dark and wind units or something, I don't know how that's going to work. But you can be sure, because they have already guaranteed that events to get Benimaru in this gear will come back. They will come back for players who missed out on them on the first chance, because, you know, we haven't had Benimaru since October. November. Yeah, November. So it's been a while. It's been a good while since people could get it. And if you don't have him, people always talk about how missing out on his gear, not fully rolling his gear. Like, I have not fully re-rolled his goddamn jacket, just like I haven't fully re-rolled Miran's weapon, which I wasn't aware about until now. It will give people a chance to get these. However, what it will also most likely do is it will also give us a chance to do this with all of the free-to-play units gears. So they will introduce, for brand new players who never had them, you have a way to get, you know, 2 swords and 2 jackets, and they'll follow this example of, you know, putting all their skills into missions in the shop to make it easier for people to do. And then for players who already have this crap, they'll add in, you know, the 1 sword and the 1 jacket, and then the Awakening Flames. And that way you can eventually, most likely, Super Awaken 5 this sword and this jacket for Benimaru, for Shion, for Fire Shuna, for Miran, for every free-to-play unit, for Ranga even. Eventually that will happen. And it just sets a really good precedent of making old units more powerful. Power creep in this game, I feel, is not as gigantic a thing as some other gacha games are. For most of the time, a lot of the meta teams are, I would say, similar in power. There's not one meta that I think is like 1,000 times better than the other one. Some metas are not great. Some metas are pretty good. But I mean, I feel like the Dark team and the Wind team were very, very good. And then I feel like every meta after that has been kind of meh. So I guess I could walk my statement back and say that I feel like the Dark team and Wind teams were a lot more powerful than the Fire and the Light and the Water. They're just trying to branch out and make sure every meta does different things. That way it's just not the same across the board and very bland and vanilla. But, I mean, all these free-to-play units can do good things. It's sad that, you know, all of them but one are AoEs, but it is what it is. And I don't know if it'll be this video, or I don't know if it'll be a separate video of me testing Albus, you know, with her fully maxed out gear. I think it'll be a separate video. I think this will just be like a quality of life for free-to-play updates video at the end of the day. But this could mean big things for, you know, future units and for the old units that will come back eventually. And I think it's very, very good, because the old units are also going to have those same missions to get all their skills awakened, and the same shop that you can buy all their stuff to get them from like level 1 to level 7. So these missions here, when Benimaru returns, there will be missions for this too, for the newer players. And then I don't know how they'll handle it for people who already have it at level 10. Maybe they'll change the circles. Maybe you won't have them. We don't know. But these will be here for the new players. And then in the shop, like this, these will also be here for new players. I'm assuming they'll be here for old players too, but I honestly, again, I don't know. Maybe you just won't. Maybe they'll still be here, you just don't buy them. You'll just buy these. Whatever, I don't know. But I think this is very good. I think this is very, very good for the game. You let me know in the comments how you feel about this this quality of life update. Do you think this is better? Do you think it makes things a lot easier, or do you think it kind of makes things a little brain dead? I don't know. I want to know what your guys' feelings are. So, let me know in the comments. But for now, take it easy, guys, and I'll see you later.